Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Study 24/7. So, before starting the session, do let me know how are you all. Also, let me know is audio, video both are okay. Are we good to go? So, good evening to all of you, and welcome to this session. That's your Achiever series for IFS subject. That's your paper 1 of JAIIB exam. So, when we talk about the JAIIB, the next JAIIB we have to give, that is May 2024. So, we have to start preparation from now onwards. This is the high time again. We all keep saying that start early because we know what level of questions the IABF is asking and what level of paper they have made now to the JAIIB. So that's why we have to start early our preparation, and for that I would request to all of you, make sure you are going through the conceptual understanding. Do not just try to mug up the concept, try to understand the concept. That is very much important. Okay, and those candidates who are joining us first time here on Officers at 24/7, so I would like to inform you all that this is the channel where you will find the answer of all your queries regarding JAIIB, CIIB, your bank promotion exam, your certificate exam. Everything will be available on a single channel. You can go and check the channel, check the playlist. There you will find everything about your queries answer. Apart from that, if I talk about this series which you have joined for the first time, this is going on Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. for IFS subject. The same series is going on for PPB as well in morning at 6 a.m. So this is the session that will help you to understand like how to study, what to study, from where to study, what the subject is for your IFS. And in the morning 6 a.m. will be for PPB. So these Achiever series are really helpful to start your preparation. But one more thing is important. This is not only sufficient to clear your paper. To clear your paper, you have to have a proper conceptual classes. In this Achiever series, we are discussing questions, the MCQs, and with the explanation we are discussing this particular session. So do make sure you keep joining these sessions. But apart from that, you have to keep doing the conceptual study of all the 4 subjects of your JAIIB. Okay, so let's start the session here. Today it's our 15th session. It means it's a 15th class of our in which we will be talking about module A. So in IFS we have 11 units in the module A, and we have discussed all those units one by one in one session. And then we have done advanced questions as well, and that's what we are going to do today as well about the module A, the combined session of all the 11 chapters of your module A we are going to discuss. So these are the 11 units of your module A. As you can see, this is your IIBF books screenshot. The name of the units have been given in front of you. The module A is Indian Economic Architecture. So we are going to discuss questions from all the 11 units today. Okay, so let's start. And one more important thing before starting, I will be your mentor for IFS and PPB. It means paper 1 and paper 2 for your JAIIB May 2024 paper. And to connect with me, you can join these sessions regular basis. And if you have any kind of doubt in any session, you can just write down your doubt in comment section. I will be checking your comment and will answer there. Okay, so let's start the session with the first question, that is talking about which of the following is not the objective of economic planning? Not the objective of economic planning, you have to answer. So when we talk about economic planning, it is simply whenever you are doing planning, planning is simply being proactive about something. Hana, let's say you started your preparation for JAIIB May 2024 paper. So this is what? This is planning. You have planned it out. Like we have 4 subjects. Each subject have 4 modules. Each subject minimum have 45 units. Apart from RBWM, it have 30 units only. But yes, the syllabus is very vast. Every book of your IIBF for JAIIB, it have minimum 600 pages. Minimum I am saying, and maximum 1000 are there. 1000 pages are there in the PPB. So you have decided that this much time is required to clear the subject. To in the first 3 months, I will be having conceptual study. Then in the next 2 or 3 months, I have to do the proper revision of each and everything what I have studied. I have to give the practice test. I have to give the topic-wise test and the full-length mock test. So you have made your schedule in your mind already. That's the proactive approach you are using to achieve your objective, to achieve your goal. That is to clear your JAIIB 2024. That's the planning you are doing. And similarly, the economic planning will be done by the government of the country, in which government take the major economic decisions. Okay, so government take the major economic decision to achieve its goal, to achieve its objectives. And what is that? Having economic growth in the country, remove the poverty from the country, create employment opportunities for the people. So all these are the objectives of economic planning. So the answer will be none of the above. Answer will be your none of the above. All are the objectives of economic planning. That's why government is doing economic planning. Economic planning is simply taking major economic decisions to achieve your goal, to achieve your objective. That's your economic planning is. Clear? So right answer will be D. Now next question. Acha, earlier planning commission used to do the economic planning for the country, but the same is now doing Niti Aayog, and Niti Aayog replaced the planning commission in 2015. Okay. Now next question we have, the term dash refers to increasing interconnectedness first of the world's economies, cultures, inhabitants as a result of cross-border trades in goods and services, technology, flow of investment, people, knowledge, etc. So what this term is? When you increase your interdependency, when you increase your interconnectedness with the other countries, you are increasing your interconnectedness, your dependency on the other countries in context of cross-border transaction of goods and services, of culture, of knowledge, of skills, of everything. What is it? Is it liberalization? Is it deglobalization? Is it privatization? Or is it globalization? Which of the following is correct here? A, B, C or D? And the right answer for you is B, globalization. So globalization means you are increasing your dependency, you are increasing your interconnectedness with the outside world in context of each and everything, like in context of your economies, your culture, your inhabitants, your skills, your goods and services, your technology, your flow of investment, your people and knowledge, everything. Okay, you are interconnecting yourself with the other countries in each and every field. Clear? That's the globalization. And when you start reducing this interconnectedness with all of these, that is known as your deglobalization, when you start reducing it. Okay, next question. Next is asking, India is now one of the world's most unequal country. And this is true. According to IMF, India is the fastest growing economy in the world. That is also true. We are growing at a maximum phase of we are the fastest growing economy in the world. But when it comes to the inequalities, India is the most most unequal country. In India, the top 10% of the population earn -% of the national income. So now you can understand how much inequality there is in the country. So question is saying that India is now one of the world's most unequal countries. So in India, the top 10% of population, they earn how much percentage of national income? They earn 57% of the national income. So you can see only top 10% population is taking more than 50% of your national income. It means you can understand what the rest people, the below poverty line is getting. They are getting nothing in the country. So right answer is C. Okay, 57% of national income will go to the top 10% population of our country. Achha, out of this 57, the top 1% takes 27% income. Out of this 10%, 10% having 57% national income. And out of this 10%, the 1% allied population of our country taking 27% of national income part. So now you can understand how unequal distribution is there of income in our country, and that's why India is known as most unequal country in the world, as well as the fastest growing economy in the world. Now, out of these 5 co-organization, India is not a member of World Bank. So you know World Bank, IMF, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade and Fixed Exchange Rate System, these 4 have been introduced in after the Bretton Woods Conference. So these 4 are the results of Bretton Woods Conference, and in which India became founding member of World Bank and IMF. Now when it comes to the World Bank have 5 institutions that in front of you it is written. IBRD, that is known as lending arm of World Bank. IDA, the soft loan window of World Bank. IFC, MIGM Mega and ICSID. These are the 5 institutions, and the question is asking, out of these 5 institutions, India is not a member of which of the following? So I have told you the last 3. India is a founding member of the last 3. India is the founding member of the last 3. It means IBRT, IDA and IFC. These 3 institutions are there where India is the founding member. Okay. When it comes to Mega, India is only member of Mega, not a founding member, just a member of Mega. But India is not a member or a founding member of ICSID, International Center for Settlement of Investment Dispute. So your right answer will be A. Okay, your right answer will be what? Your right answer will be A. That is International Center for Settlement of Investment Dispute. India is not a member of this co-organization. So right answer we have is A. Next question. The tenure of foreign trade policy. Now, what is foreign trade policy? You can call foreign trade policy EXIM policy. You can call foreign trade policy export-import policy as well. And this is the policy which tells us about the export-import of goods and services from country. Like in what condition, at what level, by which restrictions, rules and etc. you are allowed to perform the trade with the other country. That is defined under the foreign trade policy. It defines that what are the goods and services which are free to do the export and import. What are the goods and services which are restricted for export-import? What are the goods and services which is prohibited for export and import? When we talk about the free goods and service, it means you are allowed to do the trade of that. When you talk about restricted means it is allowed to have trade of these goods and services, but the government will have only this right. The state government can do that, the state public sector undertakings can do that, the central public sector undertakings can do that. Not everybody can do that. That's the restricted items. And prohibited item means nobody can export or import those goods. And all these conditions have been defined under your foreign trade policy. And the foreign trade policy administration will be done by Government of India. Under the Government of India, Ministry of Corporate Affairs will be checking it out or will be taking care of it. And also we have a Foreign Trade Development and Regulation Act 1992 which talks about your foreign trade policy. And a special post have been created by the government to check, to formulate or to monitor, to control, to implement the foreign trade policy. That is the DGFT. DGFT stands for what? Director General of Foreign Trade. That's the special post created by the central government. Okay, so right answer here will be always the foreign trade policy have 5-year duration, and the latest one that is given in your syllabus, that is 1520. After this, the next policy have been already launched, but in your syllabus, in your book, the policy 2015 to 20 have been defined. So we have to study this policy only, है ना? अच्छा, if IIBF want that you will study after this policy, like the latest one from 20 to 25, if IIBF want that you will be studying, or that what IIBF is going to ask. So before the exam, IIBF will give us the notice that in the foreign trade policy chapter, you do not have to study the 1520, you have to study the next foreign trade policy. Okay, if IIBF have not given any such kind of update till your exam, then we have to study the 1520 policy. Clear? So the duration of foreign trade policy is of 5 years, and in your book that have been given as 15 to 20. Okay, that is the B. So this is your right answer. Next. As per the work of Cambridge economist Mr. Angus Maddison, India's share of global income was dash in 1600 AD, but by the time the Britishers left India in 1947, it had shrunk to the dash. So what was the share of India in global income in 1600 AD and at the time of independence? If you remember, in the first chapter we have discussed this, like India's contribution in global trade and India's contribution in global GDP. We have discussed that in the year 1600 AD and in the year 1947. So in the global trade, India's contribution was 33% here and left only 3%. In the global GDP, India's share was 23% here and left 3%. And when it comes to the GDP, that's your contribution towards the income. So your right answer will be A option. At 1600 AD, it was 23%, and then in 1947, it only left 3%. Okay, so your right answer will be A option. Next question. Effects of globalization in India include which of the following? Effects of globalization in India includes which of the following? First, increased per capita income. Second, better employment opportunity. Third, far more options for customers. Let me know which of the following is correct. Okay, so first is saying if increased per capita income. So it happened. Yes, it happened. In per capita income happened increase. Better employment opportunity, far more option for customer. All 1, 2, 3 are the effects of globalization that we have seen, or we can say that these were the benefits of doing globalization in the economy. That customers have choice now, they have options now. You are getting more employment opportunities as well as the income is increasing. So right answer will be D. Next question, the climate change is dash SDG out of 17 SDG. So what is SDG? SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goals have been given by United Nations General Assembly after the MDG ends. What is MDG? It was Millennium Development Goals. There was 8 goals that have to be achieved by the developing nations from 2000 year to 2015 year. And 15 we have introduced the SDG goals. And these are total 17 goals that have to be achieved by 2030. We have a agenda 2030 of SDG goals. Okay, and this have to be achieved by developing as well as developed countries. Clear? So the climate change is dash SDG goal out of 17. It is 13th goal. The climate change is the 13th goal of your SDG. And climate change simply helping us out to reduce the climate change in the country. What is climate change? Actually, it should be climate action, not climate change. The climate action is the 13th number goal. Not the change, but the action. Climate action is the 13th number goal of SDG, which was introduced to reduce the impact of climate change. Now, what is climate change? Climate change simply means the long-term changes in your temperature and long-term changes in your weather. That's your climate change we are talking about. Okay, and to remove that and to reduce the impact of that, we have introduced the goal number 13. That's the climate action. Not a climate change, but a climate action. Okay, do remember that. Answer is B. Next, what is the percentage to be provided by small finance bank under PSL guidelines to micro enterprises? Sorry. So for micro enterprises, the condition is same or the target is same for all the types of bank. If you have studied the PSL, if you have joined the session I have taken on the PSL chapter, I have told you that RBI divided banks into 2 categories. The first category was your domestic bank, the second category was your foreign banks. And domestic bank and foreign banks, all banks have the same level of target in the micro enterprises, that is 7.5% of their ANBC or CEOBE, whichever is higher. Okay, that have been told by RBI. So the right answer will be 7.5. Achha, small finance bank have to give total 75% of their ANBC or CEOBE, whatever is higher. Out of that, 18% will go to the agriculture. Okay, out of this 18%, 10% will go to the small marginal farmers. Then out of this 75%, the 12% will go to the weaker sections. Okay, and 7.5% will go to the micro enterprises. So this is the whole target of a small finance bank. So PSL is very important. Do remember the targets and sub-targets of PSL. Very important part of your syllabus. The journey of Indian industry is quite interesting and can be summed up into how many phases, including both pre-reform and post-reform period. So when we talk about how Indian economy evolved, how the Indian industry evolved actually, है ना? So we have divided this evolution of your industry sector of the country in the 4 phases. How many phases are there? 4 phases are there. So right answer will be your C. So in the 4 phases, we have seen that our industry, Indian industry, have evolved. So right answer is 4. Okay. So these are the questions we have discussed on your module A, unit 1 to 11. So before moving forward, do let me know in the comment section how many answers you guys have given correct. And those who are watching on the regular basis the recording of the session, do let me know in the comment section how many answers you have given right in each and every session. And if you have any doubt, you can drop a message, you can drop a comment in the comment box about your doubt. Regarding your doubt, I will check your doubt and answer there. Okay, so let's start. One more information here, that if you want to have a conceptual understanding, because these practice of questions is not sufficient to clear the paper, you have to have proper conceptual study, and for that you can simply join the Achievers batch that already started. IE, IFS and retail banking classes available on the store, as well as you can go with the JAIIB Mahapack 2.0 as well. And to enroll in any of the batch, you have to first download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, you have to go to home page. One second. And select the exam category. Hana? Let's say for example, this is your home page of application, and you will get the exam category here only. So you can see these are the exam category. Go to the JAIIB CIB, go to the JAIIB May 2024, click on the view all option. When you click on the view all option, you will find all these batches available. Okay, so how to enroll? Just enroll whatever batch you want to enroll in. Click on the batch, do check the offering, check the validity. So you can check what this package includes. When you click here, you will find what is this particular package have. And after that, you will find the study plan. You can download this study plan and save with you. Okay. Then click on the buy now option. If you use this code December75, you will only get 75% discount. So use the code Y496, apply this code, you will find here 77% discount. But this is not only discount you will get 1% additional discount by using the coins which are available on your application. This will give you 78% discount. The 9-month validity is there. By using this code, this benefit will be available to you. Okay, and the same process can be used to enroll in any particular batch. Okay, and apart from that, if you want to join these kind of IT sessions, first you have to subscribe the channel Officers Adda 24/7 and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. And the PPB sessions are going on in the morning at 6 AM. IEIFS sessions are going on in the evening at 7 PM. So you have to join these 2 sessions. Very important. Paper 1, paper 2, you have this IEIFS and PPB. Join Monday to Saturday only on Officers Adda 24/7. If you have any doubt, ask in the comment section. I will be checking your comment. And do not forget to share this session with your friends who are also preparing for May 2024 JAIIB as well as the DBF exam. Okay, so that's all for today. See you all tomorrow in the morning at 6 AM with the PPB session. So thank you everyone and have a great time.